Hey guys, welcome to our seminar for BCW Supplies. My name is Andrew Phillips. I'll go through a little bit of history myself. We're going to do a little bit of our new products that we have coming out. Some of our existing core products that you're probably either familiar with or maybe not. We'll talk about a little bit about what can BCW do for your stores and some of the programs we're offering currently. And then we'll just kind of go into more of a casual conversation of anecdotal stories about what's worked for us. To give you a little bit more of my backstory, I own 3 game stores in Atlanta, Level Up Games. We have one of the largest game stores in Georgia. We have 2 satellite locations as well. So I'm a retailer. I've been doing this for 19 years. Before that, I worked for GTS Distribution for about 5 years. Some of you may have been my account. So I was an account rep with them for about 5 years. And before that, I owned 2 other game stores called the Tower Game Centers that were also based out of Atlanta. So I've done this quite a long time. So, we've had a lot of growth with our stores, and we kind of translate that into a lot of the products that I make for BCW. My job as product manager is to help discover these products, either source them, find them, create them, make them, bring them to the market, and hopefully get them into your guys' stores to help sell a lot of them. A lot of them I do design with my stores in mind of like what I think would sell, what people are asking for based on feedback. And I also talk to a lot of my retailer buddies as well who say, hey, what's working for you guys? What do you see that's going on that's hot in your market? So we'll kind of go from there. We have a lot of ubiquitous products. Obviously with BCW, the first thing that everybody springs to mind is our white cardboard boxes. Everybody knows BCW's cardboard boxes. If you have cards at your store and they're in a white box, flip it over, dumping out all those cards, and you'll see our logo on the bottom of it. So most people go, hey, you're the cardboard box guys. And in fact, we are the cardboard box guys. But we also have a lot of other products. We are very big in the comics segment. I know a lot of you guys probably, how many people here also carry comics in their store as well? Got a couple, good, a couple hands there. So I'm sure they're familiar with our products as well. Our bags and boards, our ubiquitous comic bins are very popular. But for the gaming side, we have been expanding very aggressively lately in the last couple of years to accommodate more of you guys. In the past, we carried a few things like our deck vaults, our Elite 2 sleeves, some odds and ends to help stock out your store, but we're going a little bit deeper now. We've created the Prisms, came out a few years ago. They've been wildly popular. We've made them an assortment of different colors that release every 6 months to a year. We're trying to put out new colors into the market to try to generate some interest for your products. We're working on some new sleeves too. We're trying to upgrade our sleeves from our current Elite 2s to something a little bit nicer, a little bit more performance based. We've got a lot of products that we've been moving into for board games. So for board games, we have our bit boxes and our bit trays. We had our board game bag that we launched last year at Gen Con. This is now available on our website and through distributors like ACD, PhD, and GTS. The bag has just had a price drop recently. We just decided last week, we sourced out some better materials, got a little bit better price on it. So this bag now has an MSRP of $49.99. So this is a great bag for anybody who has a lot of board gamers in their store. This is also, we've seen a lot of Magic players buy this as well. They tend to pack in a lot of Commander boxes and whatnot in it. We are working on some options too in the future for potentially adding some miniatures to this as well to make it more of a universal bag for your customers. We also have the very, very popular card bin. This has been a huge seller, both for us as BCW and in my stores. I think we are now up to, I want to say a little over $700 total sales since this launch, 700 individual units of this. This has also price dropped a little bit. Previously, we launched it at about $40, $45. With COVID and obviously shipping costs, everything went crazy. So we saw a huge price increase just due to the fact that it took up so much container space and how much containers were costing. But we've now got it back down to about $45 with the container price droppage. So that's what we're also trying to do is drop our prices on a lot of stuff, not maintain a current status quo, but also try to make sure that it works for you guys, both in pricing. So we have this now available in our standard gray. We have it just launching in a blue that has been available to some retailers if you got it in early with either BCW directly or through some GTS outlets. That is becoming more and more available as we get more in. We have a new color launching later. It's going to be red, so it's a marvelous red. So if you guys have a lot of Marvel Champions in your store, we've got a lot of Marvel Champions guys have been chomping at the bit for that color. This has been great in that community. If you have a big LCG community crowd, that helps quite a bit. The Champions guys love this. The Arkham Horror guys love it. Any of the new games that are coming out, like the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, a lot of guys love to use the box because they stack very nicely. They have dividers that come with them. They come with 4 dividers inserted in the box, and then we've got 4 top loaders on the front to mark what is ever in that channel. We do sell the dividers separately as well. You can get a pack of 12, so if you want to add more dividers, and they lock into place to keep your cards from falling backwards. Yeah, these have been phenomenal sales for us. We sell a bunch of these. If you're going for WPN Premium, as you know, if you talk to your WPN rep, they don't like white cardboard. So this has been a good alternative for people looking to have cards behind the counter, but don't want to spend a ton of money either custom building out a cabinet or some kind of drawer system, this is a good option because WotC does like this as well. So that's a good one if you're looking for that. This does fit about 3,200 cards is what we say for sports cards. Fits a little bit more than that if you're just doing single unsleeved Pokemon or Magic cards. Does hold magnetics and top loaders too if you're looking for that. We do have a graded bin variant coming out very soon that will fit graded slabs all the way up to SGC slabs. So the biggest, tallest, widest ones will fit in there. But the standard PSA Beckett slabs will also fit in there as well. We also have a smaller version of this. It's a 1600 that features a carry handle. We've seen that one do very well in the Commander community for people who just have to carry a 20 or 30 Commander decks. They carry a couple of those with them in each hand. So it's a good option for your store. Those are $30 and they move at a pretty good price at $30 for us. So just a little bit of history for my stores. Last year, we just had 2 locations. We opened our 3rd one early this year in January. Last year, we did about $3.3 million in total sales, and the vast majority of that was in-store. We don't ship a lot of stuff online. We only ship singles out through our singles office, and only that makes up $200,000 to $300,000. So about 10% or less of our total sales are dedicated to online single shipping. So everything else is in-store. This is all in-store stuff we're selling. Out of that, approximately $425,000 of that was supplies. Now that's not just the stuff like card bins or prisms or anything like that. That's everything, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today, is we're going to talk about supplies, not just what BCW offers for you guys, which is quite a lot. We offer a lot more stuff now, like our RPG dice tray, our RPG dice bags. We're offering more board game supplies, so we're trying to connect with more of your guys' customers and offer more stuff that you can get from one source rather than having to parse it out to everybody else. And we all know how it is, like with Ultimate Guard, with GameGenics, us all being retailers, we know how hard it is to keep that stuff in stock and get it constantly fulfilled. I mean, when was the last time, raise your hand if you have a full Warhammer paint rack. Yeah, you have a completely full, every SKU is full. You have Chaos Black all the way through. Man, I gotta talk to your rep because I can't get that. I have 3 stores, and I think between the 3 of us, we cannot put together a full rack of paint. So you guys got a better rep than I do. So, but you guys know how it is. It's stuff like Vallejo paints, getting those are tricky. Getting the WizKids prismatics, getting those fully stocked over and over again, it's tricky. So we have to diversify as much as possible and offer a wide variety. A lot of customers are looking for unique products now, and they're looking for stuff that fits a very particular niche, and you can't get away with just carrying these standard Ultra Pro mats and a couple satin deck boxes and call it a day. You do have to start looking in different directions. We are one of the few manufacturers that you can directly buy through. You can't buy through Ultra Pro yet. You can't buy through Ultimate Guard. You can't call them up or send them an email and say, hey, I want X amount of product. They just won't do it. But we do. So we do work through distributor partners like GTS, PhD, and ACD, so you can order those products through them. But we also allow you guys to order through our website, and we do cut you better margins on things if you are buying in bulk or if you're buying in cases. So most items when I develop them, I try to keystone them. So wherever we sell something, if it's 20 bucks, I make sure you guys are trying to pay 10 for it. But if you're buying a case of that item, I'm trying to give you a couple extra percentage points on top of that. So usually in most cases with a case, you'll get anywhere from 51 to 55% off if you're buying case quantities of stuff. That helps because we do offer free freight at $1,000. So once you get to $1,000, however much you get, whatever it is, it's all free freighted. So most of the time we'll do LTL or freight ships at that point, but that is our threshold for most items. Now, if you're buying just gaming specific items, if you go on our website, you'll see a little green key. Once you get to $500 of just those items, we will free freight that. But if you start like, hey, I need top loaders, I need the card dividers, I need cardboard, well, that adds more weight, and then you have to get to the $1,000 threshold. We do have a coupon code today that we are offering. It's at our booth, so come by and get it. But if you want the code, it's EXPO23. Just type that in when you're checking out. Any order that's $1,000 or more, you'll get $100 off.